Hello Internet, my name is Fahim and today I'm going to show you my calculator that I wrote using the Java swing. Okay, so this is the code. We can divide our code into 4 sections. Okay, so the first one is calculator form. These are one of the main Java classes where I have implemented most of the functionalities. Then there is a calculator interface.java. Basically, it has all the declarations of various functions. Then there is calculator.java. Here you can see that I have simply implemented this interface. Okay, and finally the start, which initializes an object of type calculator form and creates the calculator. Okay, so first things first. Here we've got some buttons, label, JLabel, JPanel, panel. Okay, then we have the constructor. In here I have given a title, my calculator, then set size 450. After that I have set default close operation with exit on close. Okay, next panel goes to new JPanel. Panel equals dot set layout. Now these are some default ways of writing code. Okay, so after that um, um, you know I'm taking a label. In this label we are going to show the say the inputs and the outputs of the calculator. In every calculator we have say this part where we give in our inputs and outputs. This one, so this panel, this label works as the this input output device. Okay, so after that, and I've set a background color white of the panel. Next I've created some buttons. Okay, wait, I think you should see what I have done, then you'll understand the code easily. Okay, so that's the code, and sorry, that's the calculator, and this is the code. So first, okay, you should probably see from here, this one is button BS, BS for backspace. It starts at this point, which is 160 x, and it has a width of 110, height 30. And add action listener, this, add mouse listener, this, panel.add button BS. Okay, after that, and similarly just copied and pasted button CL, which is clear. It will remove all the inputs and outputs, whatever is displaying on the panel. Okay, so after that, and see that here we've got the label and the panel is outside. Okay, whatever. After that, I've simply set up some buttons, 7, 8, 9. The only difference is the button name over here and the text displaying. The 8, button 8 is the ID of that button, and of course this bounds X, Y are 160 and 100, width 50, height 50. and of course add action listener, add mouse listener, panel, add button 8. Okay, after that, well, I've just copied and pasted the entire code, just changing the names, just changing the characters a little, and other necessary things. Okay, so similarly button, and button M stands for multiplication. This one star. Okay, so similarly I have added all the buttons, so there's nothing to see here actually technically. Okay, and finally we have to add all of the buttons to the panel, so this dot add panel and everything else. Okay, after that I've written this code segment, this method, public void action performed action event AE. Okay, then string str equals to AE dot action command. Say if I press a button, say 4, this is what is happening. A string equals to AE, which is an action event such as pressing this button, and it gets the action command. Okay, so if it's equal to 1, we have set a label, a text which displays the any previously written values plus the recently added value. So if I press 5, this previously saved value, okay, say if I press 1, what this line does is something like this. It reads this string, and what this second part does is, reads the text from the button, and it adds both of them. Sorry, edit. Okay, it's a mistake. Okay, so it adds this one with 1, this 0014, and adds a 1 to the rightmost of it, and so we get here this. Okay, so similarly I have just copied and pasted all of them for all the digits, and also for the dot. Okay, next is okay, I'll come back to this equal sign later because this one consists of a huge code. So okay, now comes the arithmetic operators: plus, minus, multiplication and division. I've done the same thing just like the numbers for these 4 operators. Okay, after that comes the backspace and clear. So for the backspace, what we should do is something like this. See that the last one was removed. If I press again, 4 should be removed, and here 4 is removed. So in order to do so, I have taken a string temp, then I have read the text from the label. After that, I've found the length of the that string. Next, I have taken the substring, and finally I have put that substring on the label. So this substring basically trims out, say if I for this case, this backspace is going to get the substring 00 and put it on the label, and that's why we get here 00. And finally comes the clear. It simply puts the text, this one, empty string. And finally, if nothing else happens, uh, if none of the conditions are fulfilled, our calculator does absolutely nothing. Okay, and the rest of the codes are not important. Okay, now comes the fun part. What happens if we press the equal? Well, say 00 into 7 equals to 0.0. So we have to provide an output for this equal. So for that, I've written the class calculator, this class, and I've taken an object of type calculator. The constructor, as you can see, takes a string typed parameter input as its input. So I have taken the input from the label. Okay, I've got the text, whatever. Uh, just give me a moment. Say clear 9 minus 3 divided by say 1 into 7. Okay, so if I press this equal, this ES, this entire string is provided into this ES object. Okay, and that is why we get this result. And the ES does some of its work. Internally it calculates the final output just as the real calculator would do, such as the division first, then the multiplication, then minus and plus, etc. So and this is a getter function which gives us the result. Then I have taken a string typed variable answer and parsed and converted the result into a string, and finally I have set the text answer onto the label, and that's where we get the final answer. Okay, so now that we have explained this calculator form class, it is time we check out the calculator.java and calculator interface.java. Okay, so first, this was just for design purposes, that just to it's not that much necessary, but I've kept it anyway because of that's how it came out. Okay, so in the calculator class, we have a constructor and we have some auxiliary functions. Okay, so this is the first one, number. This is the first one. It gets the numbers and operators. Okay, from the string that we provided, this S is the input, and from here we are going to trim out all the operators and all the doubles and numbers and save them in the in an array. Okay, so for that, say clear 8 divided by 2 plus 3 minus 7 plus 9 into say 3. Okay, so now that, so suppose this is our input, so if you observe closely, at the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, in all these positions, the 0th position is a number, the first position is a operator, the second one is also a number, third one is an operator, and so on. This means all the even numbered places are numbers, and all the odd number places has the operators. Yeah, so this is exactly what I have done. For simplicity, I have put all the operators inside this array called operator, and I have saved it inside the odd positions. Okay, so this division will be saved in the op1 position. Okay, um, just a moment. So okay, so for this input, op0 equals to null, op1 equals to 1, and so on. All the even number places, op2, op4, all the even number places are null, and it's not 1 actually, it should be divided. Yeah, and all the odd numbered places has the corresponding operators. Okay, and so here I have got the operators. After that, you know, oh dear, just give me a moment. Oh, and this is also inside a while loop. So whenever, yeah, so there's a position. Where is it? Where have I left you? Op position. Here, brief. So this is this brief is going to help us to, uh, get the numbers out. Okay. So for that, once an operator is detected, I find out the uh, position brief and use it to get the substring. Okay, and once I get the substring, I can simply convert it into the number. Okay, so this is what happens over here. This is for the last number, and for the previous ones, number position equals to substring. This substring is the number, and I'm just babbling a lot. Okay, I mean this every time a operator is detected, I take the input of I also take the input of the previously detected number. Okay, by getting the substring and putting it into the num array, and put it inside the even positions. That's why this +2. Okay, so now that we have the inputs, it's time we take the calculations. Okay, so whenever and this should be the order of calculation. First, the multiplication or division, whatever you like, it's all the same, doesn't really matter. But you should always keep the minus before the plus. Okay, at least in my case, because if you keep the minus later and the plus before that, it will give you incorrect results. Okay, and these are some auxiliary methods, not so important. Okay, so now that this calculator class does the job of calculating, yeah, there's a getter function, getter method named result, which returns the result, and here that's why we get the result over here, and finally we convert that result into a string, and finally set it into the output. So that's why it works. And if you press the clear, it's gone. And see that this is the executable file. Let me open it. This is my calculator. Just double press it, and that's the calculator. 7 into 8 equals to 56. So, and if you copy and paste, this also works over here, because this is Java executable file. So in order to create this Java executable file, you have to go to File, Project Structure, Artifact. Since I've already one over here, I'm gonna press this minus to delete it, add a plus, jar from module, select, and find out the appropriate one. So in this case, this is the start function, and you should press OK. But since I've already done that, you should have pressed the OK. But in my case, in my case it was not necessary, so I'm just showing you. So after that, you should go to the build artifact, go inside the project and press the build. If you press the build, it will create this thing, and once it is created, you can see it inside the Explorer and get the outputs. So that's it then. So that's our calculator. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.